I'm just letting you know and pointing out to anyone genuine hearing this. That I really ought to have established a base following of people that have paid enough attention to what I've already done and said. I really should have by now. That should be the organic nature of a Messiah teaching the truth. People hearing it, accumulating at channels. You'd think that the channels would remain, the content would remain, and then people's work, their streams, their teachings would be there. You wouldn't be able to undo the number of views, but someone with, say, 11,000 subs could potentially, technically, possibly, theoretically, have all of them run away from him. So if someone or the Return of Christ is on YouTube and they did have nearly 11,000 subs, but then 8.5 years later, they've just got 50. I could see how everyone's assuming that everyone's run away. But YouTube removed channels, and that's the explanation, that's the reason why I'm feeling the need to re-explain things again 8.5 years later on a 6th channel. And that's why, with the overwhelming amount of all the new things to be talking about, I really don't know where to start. As the saviour, trying to address some little selfish trash minds. I did a 4.5 hour stream earlier and it was removed because of harassment and bullying. By Satanists. I'm just going to have to just try pick somewhere. Hello people, I'm Samuel Owen. The Son of Man, the Return of Christ. I don't know everything, and I'm not as great, powerful as what people were expecting, particularly the Christians, the so-called Christians, the born-again Christians and wannabe Christians. They didn't know that the Son of Man was coming, just like one of them on their level. What have you got? What have any of the men got? Because that's just what the Son of Man has, only he's superior, he's better, he's more accurate, he's quicker, he cares more. What are all the men trying to do? Learn the truth, be sufficient, survive, help others. So I'm the return of Christ, and I don't know everything, but I know best in terms of what's going on in the Two Kingdom War and the prophecy fulfillment. Zion against the fallen kingdom. And I have to be careful what I say in case YouTube are going to remove it because I'm harassing and bullying people. And Satanists, have captured the territories and control over the world and control all the systems, have all the power and dominion, and their agents, shills and trolls, have all the advantages. And I was a little rebel. I'm the way I am. You'll never really understand me or know me. I can only just remember or understand myself. But all of us humans are in a Two Kingdom War, and I've come up and strategized, performed, and fulfilled the prophecy. Began to. Not finished yet. But the seed is sown, and it will spread to all nations. Christian concavers, the good seed. The Holy Church. The good seed that's been missed, it's been hidden from people, gate kept. The enemy were onto it, clocked it, registered it, acknowledged it, understand it. They've hidden it from all the rest of y'all. Matthew 13. But I'd come up and made People Against Secret Societies the original, while the upper echelons humans are on YouTube, Facebook and such. They're all trying to look for things, or some of them get in on a cause, a group cause, and there's controlled opposition troll groups everywhere. And that's what's captured and controlling everything, even the truth community. And I know what I'm talking about. I've lived through the experience of it all. I've been infiltrated, pretentiously, quote unquote, befriended by troll agents that have ended up splitting and going against me, and I've judged them as eventually troll agents and started explaining that, and they've gone through the process of denying it publicly to ending up admitting it eventually. They set me up with a woman and I didn't know she was a troll agent. And I was with her for 5 out of 9 months on and off. And when she left, I was suspicious and asking her, and she admitted it. And when she admitted it, I thought she could have just been saying it, I'm joking. But I was thinking it, and she did admit it. I'm in a war against the fallen's whole control and mind control and evil shepherding network. So there's been a chronology of provision, works, deceptions, false deities, religions, apostles, doctrines, prophecies, forbidden knowledge, which is just advanced science. It shouldn't have. It's above human intelligence. Then they're thinking up false science models to trick you instead of showing you the true ones. But you're being given the periodic table and understanding of electromagnetism. That's forbidden. Humans weren't doing that, couldn't do that, wouldn't have thought to try, think to do, or be able to do that on their own. And then the fallen and the hybrid offspring and the satanic elite sellouts under them have put together and sold out to you pseudoscience model. They've everted, turned inside out, by inverting the concave Earth model of creation, with heaven in the center and the firmament around it being the ceiling barrier. It's not a dome. And since I went concave, they started removing my comments around the internet, Facebook and YouTube. It's after I called out LSC, they removed my stuff and gave you more concave division. Paranoid. Strategically. Divide and conquer. Get the attention away from Sam and his movement. 18 months later, I sowed the good seed. They removed more of my stuff. Smeared me a bit. They didn't want to give you any more division, concave stuff at the top of the trolling pyramid. They'd set me up with a woman. They'd smeared me. They'd removed all my stuff again. They've provided concave trolling groups. You've been blind all along. The majority of the world are clueless, oblivious. Nothing's ever changed. They haven't been shown. There's trolls, a trolling pyramid. The majority of the world is like nothing's ever happened, like in the days of Noah, just everyone's going to be removed, clueless. Because you can't take Messiah's top King of Truth, best YouTube channel, movement, Good Seed Kingdom, and just go tell everyone about it like I've told you to at this point. I've had enough and I just want to come explain how it is. So I was born, went to school. My mum was a teacher. I went to the local school. My mum was teaching somewhere halfway near to Halifax town. I started off, I went to Greetland School. My mum was school teacher near Halifax. I banged my head on a wall. All the kids had told me to tie a scarf around my head and run. And I ran into a wall and banged my head, my forehead, when I was 3 or something. My mum put me in her school, Salter Hebbo, near Halifax town centre, near the hospital, across the other side of the road, a little tiny bit closer to town, to the hospital where I was born. And my dad was 17 years older than my mum, and he had three older daughters from a previous marriage that were my half-sisters, older half-sisters, Karen, Gillian, and Chrissy. Karen, Jill, and Chrissy. And I grew up with my brother Benjamin Daniel, like anglicised Hebrew names, and I'm nearly 3 years younger than my brother, born May 16th, 1985, Samuel Owen. Owen was my mum's maiden name. They called the kids Benjamin and Samuel, Ben and Sam. I'm Samuel Owen. The surname Hancock's what my family were using. I've come to learn and teach Christ the way, became born again, stopped believing the globe lie, started learning about forbidden knowledge and that Paul's false, and the surnames aren't ours. And I am the Lamb, and I feel very youthful and young for a 41-year-old, verging on immature, childlike, youthful for a 41-year-old man, really. And I'm a boy turned man that's had a sort of different and special and unique but regular human life. Everyone's has been unique and slightly different. Mine's been a little bit special. What's the Son of Man, the Return of Christ? It's gonna be, isn't it? I went to 4 schools, moved from one, went to another, kicked out from one, went to another. I Past 11 plus, went to Crossley Heath School, Bright. I got expelled from it. And then I went to Brooksbank. And in going to all these different schools, I'm sort of like known and established a little bit better and easier than anyone else. Everyone else just went to 1 and 2 schools. Two schools. I went to 4. So I don't just know the local Brooksbank crew. I went to Crossley's and met some people from Bradford or Huddersfield that were going there or whatever. And I had my older brother growing up that was helping me sort of see what the older kids were doing. It was just there, just around me. That was occurring. My dad was a lot older. My mum was a school teacher, so I know the education system quite well, really well. I know that the teachers are just taught and forward what the government want them to, and that there's this national curriculum syllabus and the Ofsted and everything, and spent a lot of time around school classrooms, other teachers. My dad had a history degree and a degree in French for French. My dad, as an old man, retired out in Spain, got a fountain pen from His Majesty, the King of England, the Queen at the time, for a retirement present. Died an atheist that had never heard of concave Earth. And he's better off than one of y'all that ain't gonna pass on my good seed at all when I say, I just want everyone to hear about it now and be pointed to me, so get the ball rolling with passing it on offline. My dad didn't ever try to be a Christian. Before he died, he sent me 300 quid, he sent me brother 200 quid. He thought he loved me, he said he did, he kissed me on my forehead or my cheek or something growing up. I'm Christ, and my dad was not a born-again Christian. And that's where he messed up. He just wasn't a born-again Christian. But I've come back now and sowed my good seed and established that concave Earth's being kept in my Earth from everyone. And I'm mad as heck about it. I feel sorry for my dad and loads of people that they never heard about it. I feel sorry for everyone out there that's being kept from it still. And you're all with me or against me. You're just going to bow and obey, or you're in my way. So go get the whole world to hearing about concave Earth and me and my cause. And if you're between 14 and 50 years old, make a move within 2 months, 60 days. Because that's the decree that I, the king, are declaring from the top of this hill that I live at. I'm in an apartment number 88, so that's what that's about. I was raised at number 22, Chestnut Close. So that's why there's Chestnut in the 1984 thing. I was conceived 1984. They put the Chestnut Cafe in there, CC, Chestnut, 1984, Chestnut. I lived at number 22. I was conceived and there as a baby in the bump, an embryo fetus at number 22 since conceived at 1984 at Chestnut Close. My mum moved to Elland, to Caldercroft, a little estate street called Caldercroft, number 44. So you could check all this stuff on Google. 22 Chestnut Close, 44 Caldercroft. Right, this is where the Son of Man, the return of Christ, lives, and you just can't believe it, and you hate me, and you rejecting, and the whole world's being gatekept, and you're just a zombie, or you're going to bow and obey and start mentioning it to everyone, everywhere. The Earth's concave. Have you heard about it? Have you heard about the Son of Man? And it's 6 times. You're going to just get it done, or a holy angel will be getting rid of you. And that's the decree being declared. It's not really harassment or bullying. I mean, you'd have to choose to come and watch and listen to my video, wouldn't you? And I'm not harassing and bullying more than like YouTube acting like they need to remove like the evil harassment and the bullying. Well, there's lots of people putting up like Rapture of the Wicked video. Do you have to remove that? No, because that's just Paulinists and Christian putting up a thing. But Sam over here is just their enemy. So they're hell-bent on removing anything with whatever excuse they can. I've had enough of it. I've fulfilled prophecy of the return of Christ on a shoestring budget. I'm a guy with my complaints, with my questions, in a mystery. I don't know everything. People have just got the wrong idea of everything. People are Satanists. People are atheists and tares and fallen for other religions. Right, the wannabe Christians and the Paulinists really think that they can just be a glory spotter, be a kiss ass, just be up Christ's ass, just an ass licker. That they're just, oh yeah, Christ the greatest. Yeah, he is. Yeah, can you find the real Son of Man and be brought to the real truth, or can you just make your way to flat Earth and Paul and be stuck thinking the Paulinist flat Earthers are your brothers and sisters in Paulianity as flurfers? So there's humans, and I'm a human, but I've come to just be the warlord and fulfill prophecy as a strategist. Techniques, strategist, decision making works. So I came up, started to learn the truth seeker, leaning towards Christianity and seeing like we're in a two kingdom war, and looking into all sorts of truth. But I'd make the statement everything other than cosmology and prophecy, and I didn't think about trolls either. And so my truth seeking over the years, not because of my will, my desire, because of what I'm interested in, but more strategically, like I just need to the prophecy is important, and I need to understand and know about that and have clarity on that, and then ended up having to teach that. So I touch on and teach prophecy a lot last 5 years. That was not my area and not the thing that I knew or thought I had clarity, and I'd kind of like left that till last. And I got on with learning history, the occult, the factions, the origin of religions, all the imperial, the empires, the nations at war, history of religions at warfare. I'd actually grown up this Sunday school, grown up in a Paulinist Christian nation. But when I came to being a truth seeker, I was actually giving everything a go. And I wasn't already, oh yeah, Paul and Christ are definitely the way, or Christ is definitely the way. It's that would have been like a bias, and I needed to check out everything with an open mind. But then I did come sort of concluding and seeing that it is proper Christianity. That's the way, the right religion, the right kingdom, how people want to be and how they want to operate. And so you want Christian kingdom governance, churches, education. So I've just learned, and there's a lot to go at. We have this term, the matrix. So we're thrown into the womb of the earth, and in this earth, and in your vessel, and in the world, this be not of the world. That's the satanic matrix system grid of is all of the ideas and errors and works and beliefs and lies. And so the content in the alternative media on the various sites scattered around that you can find on the search engine, that's like the matrix of information that it's in universities, it's coming out in whatever format, and but we get onto the internet or coming out of the TV, everything in the consciousness pool for us to go at, There's literally an information field grid, a matrix. We are in a two-kingdom war for the crown, for the kingship, for the kingdom, for dominion, for the governance, for control, for ownership. The way that it's sort of been working is beguilement and subduing and getting the trust, coercion, usurping, deceiving and getting the trust. So instead of the humans acknowledging Satan or the Nephilim and being at war against them together, you are all captured by them, being divided but conquered together, united. Divided at the bottom, but you're being united, merged at the top while they do it. You're looking horizontally at each other, down at your lair, infighting the other religion, the other nation, the other tribe, the hybrids and the satanic elites are above you all. They've got you all, the majority of the world, under international law, running round for this incentive of the money, for security and material wealth. And you've instead of taking your share, fair share, your portion, your bit, the bit that you want from Father's provision, they are coming in with regime monarchy to say someone owns it, a king owns it, the king of the world owns it. And in this territory, he's leading for it. He's the lord of this land. And they've divided up the land and decided who's got land with a castle on it and who's farmers for them that produce some meat from some cattle, and you are all getting some. That's how you're fed. Some farmers somewhere are feeding themselves and then producing all this product so that the enemy, the elite, can get their basic free portion of it, because they've already arranged to keep taxing, however you want to look at it, free meat, or that they've taxed him and then they're buying the meat with the money that they've just taxed off this guy. Because really, it should all just be scattered around the earth, daily, weekly, monthly, seasonally, annually, taking this new crop, new provision of livestock and plants. But the enemy have come in with government, monarchy, regime, system. It's all organised. And you're all compartmentalised and interdependent on each other. The people haven't got things, including knowledge and skills. The people don't feed themselves. They don't know how to. You're just at in the generation you've been born into. Why would it matter to you, other than you just be interested in the truth, the origins, how it's come to be like it is for you? Are you interested? Well, anyway, you are humans that were made by a deity so that you would be fit and survive. It's not survival of the fittest is how you evolved and blah, blah, blah. It's just the people are needing know who's governing over them and be able to trust them. I've had enough of all this nonsense. Like, there's billions of us, and we've been born into a world captured by the Satanists that have all these trolls, and you accept that. That's what Christ's teaching. That's the first thing. We have an enemy. They've captured. They control it all. There's a prophecy where the guy on the hill is the one leader that's not the fallen hierarchy, not the enemy. Just him on the hill, he's the holy leader. Everyone else is the fallen, and any other leader is a fallen leader. But you're in denial, thinking that the Rothschilds are not hybrids or the fallen's kingdom. You're in denial, thinking that King Charles is just one of the people, and then just the King of England is been raised poor and exposed to Islam as well, and he just favours Islam because he's just that way out. So are we counting? Act Paul Peter are false. We're all in a two-kingdom war. The surnames aren't ours. We're in concave earth. I'm Christ. No one else is. I'm on the hill. I've sown the good seed. That's the kingdom. Nothing else can be. Don't squash it up at the top of your list, because I've got loads more to add to the list. But I'm the return of Christ, and I've fulfilled prophecy on a shoestring budget. You all want this and want that and want more than there is, and you won't accept the truth. You'll be in denial, thinking that you're not sowed by the devil. Idiot. And Christ's there, but he's just the Son of Man. He's just greater than all of you humans, and he's just a human struggling too. But look, he's fulfilled a prophecy, and the enemy, after remove his stuff, the enemy asked him to take a blank check to stop what he's doing. The rest of you are having playtime with your brothers and sisters in Christ. You're just playing around. You really think that you're saved by grace, and there was some free gift that you get, and you just... I'm the Son of Man. And the program was to keep the law, be born again, serve Christ, look out for me coming, him returning, me coming, like this, the way that he does, the way that it is, and transform. Look out for, find the Son of Man and the good seed, and become the good seed. Properly get with the Son of Man. You're all underlings, and you're all insufficient, and I'm the Saviour, and I swear I've had enough of it. I swear I've sat down quietly. You won't believe what I'm about to say. You won't believe my perspective on it. So you're saying, so it's all right, Sam, and nobody's messed up, or nobody needs to get angry. It's not as ridiculous or bad or weird as because you will not just accept. For 7 years, the fallen's kingdom have just suppressed, gate-kept the Son of Man, the return of Christ. They've just removed all this stuff, smeared him, given you some alternatives, as they've watched him to come back dealing with it after they've smeared him, and they just keep removing it every now and again. You're all in my earth, two-kingdom war. My holy angel, my earth. So I'm the word of El speaking for the deity, for the three of us, Father, me, and the Holy Spirit. I'm the one speaking. We want you under me, not just subbed or listening. It's the end of the world. It's the campaign of Armageddon. I will keep moving forward doing this. Till everyone else dies, till I do, till something else comes and proves us wrong or something. I'll be just at it, declaring this decree that I don't need subs, a Facebook group, a Facebook profile, a YouTube channel. humans are able to have one, and I'm a human, and I should be able to have one. I've had 5, but they could just remove my 6 and then somehow just stop me from making another one, perhaps. But then I could just stream from someone else local or something, or someone else somewhere could set up an account and then let me have the password and me log in and give a stream. And we'd all start to notice, if we just bond and stick around with me and pay attention, that the enemy really don't want me working, doing anything and saying anything. So I haven't done much work. Could have done a lot more, but I've been on my own and setback after setback for 7 years. And for the last 2 years, it's been absolutely excruciating. So I'm coming with my big boy's pants on and my blue robe to declare and admit that I'm struggling and being set back and can't really work on a naff cheap laptop, and that they hack it and can interfere with it. That I just did a 4.5 hour stream and then they just removed it straight away for harassment and bullying. I'm not too proud to ask to borrow, like Christ said in the gospel. Don't be too ashamed, proud to ask to borrow. So I've done my bit, and he told the rest of you wannabe Christians to lend if you can. So with that in mind, I'm going to start taking donations moving forward. And I'm the return of Christ that never focused on money, never had much, but I got a bit, enough to fulfill prophecy. But I ain't had much money since, and I need something to get a better laptop. And my enemy are into, well, they made all the texts, how we're fighting the fire on the fire. The enemy are responsible for the knowledge of silicone, giving that to John Dee. Benjamin Franklin was a Mason, one of theirs. They've put together the computer. I know the John Dee, the Benjamin Franklin, the Charles Babbage story. I know that the fallen the Masons under the British Crown, the Theosophists, a load of Satanists and Luciferians, channeling fallen angels and doing satanic blood sacrifices. They've made your computer. So I don't really care if you all want to chip in and help me, if you want to buy me one, because Christ said that the Son of Man was good seed, which is Christian Concavers, being that I'm the second white horse rider, the King of Truth, on the holy hill from Edom. It's irrelevant. I'm alone wanting help. I just fulfill prophecy even doing that. But just, it don't matter if I get a better laptop or not. If I got a better laptop, I wouldn't be as stressed out and angry. I'd be able to perform and teach more and better. But it's just, what matters is just that my seed's gonna be acknowledged and spread. The ones that are desperate enough to become it and prioritize with it and obey, so they're not exterminated. They will. I'm Elohim, Christ. So think about, rather than considering whether it's true or not, think about the implications of what I'm saying. Think about it. Then, all the truthers, the wannabe Christians in the world, they're doing something. They're like Christ, unbelievably, so much like the return of Christ. Look at they're doing, of all the things they could have done, they're on YouTube trying to be seen and heard at this late hour after I've declared the decree. But it's because they're clueless underlings. They're not the King of Truth. They can't find all the top best stuff. They're just stuck little underlings, and they've already in a habit of doing what Christ's doing and try to be seen and heard online on YouTube. The wannabe Christian ones doing it, they think they're going to be tapped on the shoulder when they wake up. They'll be, oh, Christ returned and he flew out of the sky. So that's just not going to happen. Just, you're supposed to be looking more than professing and teaching and doing everyone's head in distracting, because you're just distracting other people from finding me. You're distracting them. You're distracting yourself, because you're not looking. Steve at the Think About It channel that popped into my head when I just thought, think about it. Think about it, how there's billions of wannabes, but you all have to become the good seed or you're being exterminated. Think about it. Think about it. Sam's been streaming for years, and then twice, 3 times in 1 week, it's what he's done has just been removed straight away for harassment and bullying. How has he managed to speak so long like he has for years? And his stuff's the only time I've ever had something removed for harassment once was the last time I made a short little video in the daylight hours showing my ID, my face, my t-shirt, my birth certificate, just introducing who I was, stating I'd been at war with a few of their trolls. Short video to try and get the ball rolling. They'd removed it in 10 minutes. In the last 2 years, that's all there is to report. Other than that, I did loads of rants, streams, and then unlisted them all. So it's a mess. It's information overload. It's the reality of everyone's got a big, long, chaotic life. Life's very complicated. There's lots going on here, and times that by 8.5 billion. This is what I've said. 27-year-old in around 2012, that's 14 years ago. I've been knowing the humans need to establish a decent, genuine leader, and everyone needs to get under that. Wow. So 8.5 years ago, I came up, and it's like, it's me, I'm here, I'm your proper world leader, but I've got this certain way about me and a certain amalgamation of beliefs and that, and you're all just going to stay as you are and stay divided. Right, I'm just pointing out, you're not above me. You're just underlings. And as I do all this stuff that's epic, that's prophesied about, people against secret societies, war on trolls, calling out LSE to replace him, you all just, no, we're staying under trolls and divided under Rothschilds and King Charles. There was nothing about you that just... We don't know either of them, but Sam seems better. Let's do this with our lives, with our legacy, so that the whole human race ain't gate kept and mind controlled and just stuck under the enemy with no options. And all that's happened is I've tried, whether you all did or not, the few that saw, the enemy have just been able to deal with just Sam on his own, just keep removing his stuff, just keep trolling in. They've won this shepherding war so far, 7 years ago. 8 American trolls and a couple of Australian ones saying, Sam's toxic, can't believe he's lost his crap. And yeah, they're all so cool. And yeah, 2 minutes later, it's the clown nose and the troll. It's just called me toxic, saying it's the Son of God and Word of God, because you're just being played by people who you don't know in a shepherding war. Who'd ever paid enough attention to me? Who'd paid any attention to me to be genuine and watching when Josh is just, Sam's toxic? What's gone on there? Have you ever seen anything in the public that, like, this Sam is toxic? Mind you, if you're just not the good seed, a Christian concave earther, then you're going to think it's all cultish and delusional and toxic and wrong and misleading and blah, blah, blah. Like the government would soon want to mislabel it as misinformation, the concave earth, ban it, remove it, lock them up. What? So what's Josh done is put up a video and said, tough love, here, I forgive you, Sam. You're going to see that and read that, and then Sam's to credit for Josh becoming a concave earther. All right. So he's a concave earther and he's out trying to... he's had an effect and he's helped you. But you are showing that Sam said you're going to obey me like Nazis obeyed Hitler. That you serve me or Satan. That's it. And so in my words, what I was saying is like... I mean, if I was saying to someone, you serve me or Satan, that was me saying I'm the Lord or Christ or something, in a way, wasn't it? And me just saying to this dumb or troll guy, you're gonna obey me like a Nazi. How have I derailed, or how's any of that toxic when it's the truth? And I'll say it again. Hitler's an imitation of the return of Christ, so they made Hitler like the return of Christ. They made Hitler like the return of Christ, so the return of Christ is like Hitler in the way that they made them the same. Not that the return of Christ, a Nazi Luciferian black sun that likes Nordic gods, that thinks about Aryans and hates the Jews. Or no, Just Hitler's the absolute leader, so they give him this name, Die Führer, the leader. He's the leader. And we're talking about a military at war. We're talking about the World War II circumstances. So I'm saying to Josh, listen, we're all in like a World War III, an end of the world, harvest time war environment. And all you stupid little American wannabe Christians and newbie concave earthers, you're going to get under me and obey me, or my holy angels are going to exterminate you. So never mind no king's protest. Get under me and help me to pick you an American CC king for you. Or you can all be leaderless and squabble over there. If not, till one of you wants to do it the official way or the unofficial way. I'm telling you, little garbage trash minds, you'd be better off doing it my way, and you all being happy with me picking your Christian concave national leader, and you all just finding that someone's out dominating that's made themselves, that's picked themselves one day, and it's just not official through me. So what have I said? I'm the return of Christ. Done it all so far on a shoestring budget. Happy to take donations from everyone. You can try make me as rich as the Vatican, the Pope, whatever, if you want. It's not going to happen. I'm just, before I have my holy angels exterminate you, I'm going there and showing you, I'm the Son of Man, I'm Christ, I do all this, you reject it all, I just needed a better laptop, you're sending around trillions, billions to the Pope and trolls, stupid little ministries, just help the Son of Man get 500 quid. No, you can't do it, and you thought he was money-oriented, asking after 14 years working for free. With your time in your mind, then, instead of saying Tommy Robinson's after money, Tommy Robinson's sought out, Tommy Robinson's making money off people, 60 grand a year with his salary for being the troll, plus whatever they sell off tickets and rallies, and if he gets some donations or he sells a book or he's selling merchandise. You try to make the return of Christ. Is he now asking for money? Nearly finished. Because I tell you, there's about 3 things that I want. You to love me, you to obey me, and you to, at the moment, donate so I can get a better laptop so that I can just work better. Obey me, obey the decree, join me. So there's love me. You could think you were doing that and run away rejecting me. Put that poor false Christ on the hill. We love him, but he's the enemy, but we got to love him anyway. So do the loving thing, then obey me. So you're not going to do that if you think I'm the enemy. You shouldn't be doing it anyway. You shouldn't be obeying your enemy. Should be obeying the Son of Man and his decree. Obey me. Yeah, do them too. And then for any of you that have got more cash than me or a spare laptop that's properly decent, that works, that's not going to conk out on me and give my last remaining memory stick a virus before I can copy all my last remaining files onto another new memory stick or something. It's like, come on, can you help me out, people? No, you just 8 billion spazzy little ignorant, gate-kept, deceived, mind-controlled, tax-paying zombie slave victims. And Sam's been screaming out, bless him, for years, the way to fix it, the only way to fix it. And just all of you, cabbage patch dog poo. When a dog pooed on a little bit of the cabbage patch there, you just will not bow. You can't, can you? You can't see vision superiority. Where's this kid going with this? I don't get it. If we all found a little Facebook group, yeah, but it'd be big if you all found it, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be you 8 million have found a group with 200. It would be 500 million or 4 billion have become members of the group. And when you spread it around to all nations, it triggers the rapture and everyone else is exterminated. But it's not just a giant nobody that's vain and with a Facebook group. So just the 8 billion just don't need to know a vain person or be joining a vain person's Facebook group. There's just more going on than that. And the return of Christ, and at some point you've got to credit someone and be a leader under someone and have some sort of organization, and the fallen have just absolutely dominated over you all for thousands of years, and I'm giving you the only way out. And you're saying no because you're saying that Tommy and Rupert and Nigel and such and Trump and Elon are all holy options, different options entirely, but all safe and for the Lord's holy kingdom, and that whether mine was or wasn't, it looks like everyone's just leaving mine, and the majority are more up for these trashy ones for the technocrats and the tears and stuff. So, like I said in my 4.5 hour stream that was just removed straight away, someone's going to suffer in the afterlife about that. You all think success is how much big this explodes and everyone's all for it. Because it's the return of Christ's good seed kingdom, it just doesn't need to do or perform like anything else would need to appease people, please people, win them over, or just win because they would rely on majority popularity, the numbers and such. So I don't need that. I don't need you, full stop. I don't need that you're won over by other people to join me. I wouldn't even want that. I wouldn't want you because you're only joining because other people have. I just need you all to obey me in 2 months or I'm getting rid of you. And furthermore, I'd just like it if you just not take 59, 60 days about it and you just obey really quick and as soon as possible now, people. And so rewards for people that do that and then bit frustrated, disappointed, let down, infuriating. The chumps that are dragging it out and disobeying me. But you got your free will and you're going to obey me and be rewarded or mess up. I just want you, if you think like I really do not want to go to hell as some stupid, deluded, failure underling, trash mind critter, then do your risk assessment and obey me and quickly and make a move. Hurry up. As in, if you really are gonna bow to the return of Christ and survive, hurry up and get on with it. And I don't need you to spread online just yet, but that's what's coming next. Just me saying, right, just spread the thing round the world because I want those in, and the rest gone, dead. Now I just want everyone to hear about it. 8.5 billion hear about it, and was the 5% of you that are gonna desperately bow under me so my angels don't get rid of you, then you've all heard of it. You stay in. I just want you to all know that for 7 years you've just been gatekept or ignored and rejected, hating, assuming, blah, blah, blah about the return of Christ. And this is how it is for me. The best way that I can try put this stuff in your head. Anyone that went to school, you were in the classroom, you were a boy or a girl surrounded by other boys and girls, and then the teacher was there, some many years older, the authority, blah, 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 blah. The authority in the classroom with authority under the head teacher, and that's given to you from the government, and that's the fallen's kingdom. It's in their hands. You're all deluded. You're not in the holy kingdom with your government and your school there. That is Satan's authority, not the holy authority. Now, just Sam was just a boy there. Like whether you were a boy or a girl, I was just one of the boys, like in your classroom. And you might have thought I was good at football, or that I could sing, or that I was bright. But we had no idea that I was the son of man. None of us did. Not the teacher, not me, not you, no one. And I was like a rebellious, naughty, fun, maybe inconsiderate, maybe a bit of a bully at times back then. I don't know about harassing, but picked on people a couple of times growing up and stuff. Yeah. And no one had any clue that I was going to be the son of man. No one at all. No angels, no wise men. My mom just thinks I'm normal. I got to 14, I'm trying to tell my mom, I know better than you, and cannabis is safer and alcohol's poisonous, and they put this in the toothpaste, and just, I know, I can think, I know, I get what's going on better than my mom, and she's just arguing it. That can't be true because she hadn't heard it. They don't tell her that on the news. What you're saying about cannabis is just in defense. I'm just making it up. What do you get it? We're at war on this earth. And what you all perceive as, because you're just, I know what it's like to be one of you people. We are all just little nobodies. None of you have any authority. You're not the deity, the captain, the messiah, right? So I know what it's like to like be both. I know what it's like to be human. I know what it's like to be in the position of the messiah. And I can imagine more what it's like to be the deity. And the fact is that I'm kind of killing all three birds with one stone as well, just by sitting here. So you went to school, there was boys, whether you were a girl or a boy, there was boys in the classroom. One of them boys there, one of them little boys there has grown up and outthought everyone else that's trying to get to the truth and combat the enemy and save and provide. I mean, take Tommy Robinson. What? So he's calling out grooming gangs, justice for that, and grooming gangs is an example of the injustice of the legal system and the scheming and the fruit of Islam. And he's against Islam, and then he's, like protecting conservation of the UK without going Islamic and stop it being Islamicized, and stop migrants coming over. And now he's got like a cause and sell the merchandise and get everyone to the cause. Unite the kingdoms. Someone's come out and done something like that, dumb or troll. Lots of people are going for it, like, woohoo, yeah! Can they buy a flag or a t-shirt? Can they have your autograph? Can they get the re-sign? You put Tommy on it. Hey, Tommy Robinson. So they've learned that much. We've got a pseudonym. Tommy. Hey, Tommy. I don't know if the A's are initials or whatever, but we've got a Tommy Robinson. It's the same ones. And then we've got like a Unite the Kingdom, and where's it going, and what's the point in it all? And so I want you to pick me, or I'm sending you to hell. Go, F, failed, done, doomed. You need to pick something, so pick me or Tommy or something else. Go find something else, or make something, because we need a kingdom. Y'all stupid idiots did to rival the Black Sun ones, and King Charles and Prince William and stuff. So Tommy's there, it's grey, it's trying to make it look white, like something Michael Barrymore. This is the kingdom, unite the kingdom, yeah? Let's go for a swim in my pool, we'll see who makes it. Michael Barrymore, the pool. Unite the kingdom party, pool party. Who's coming? Let's get all the idiots at the bottom of the pyramid that are just useless idiots. Just anyone's and anyone that hasn't learned anything. Are they the good seed that have united under Tommy? Cat and giggles. The good seed, Christian Concavus. You have to learn Christ the way, and John and James and Jude are fighting for that. And they've called out Acts Paul and Peter, and false, and people have just been brain dead Paulinists for 2,000 years, and that's why you got the rapture of saints nonsense. So I'm the Son of Man with a big list about like 200 or 500 things to like teach that, teach that, teach that. So slow down on, that's the return of Christ, and just let's work our way through this list, because that's how I'd operated. And I'd been teaching lots of things that were true that the people didn't know for years, until the enemy said, we know you're Christ. And then I taught that bit as well. So if you're just going to run away and reject, I've got a big list of stuff you might want to look at. If you're just going to think that's just a potty-mouthed, tumultuous, ineloquent, young, trashy, giant nobody underling there on the hill in England that's vain and toxic with all its claims, you're just all sowed by the devil, suicidal, detrimental, scattering little trash bag tares. All of you. You're all, I don't like that. This is hard work. You're being killed off by one of my holy angels. Do you think I like any of this? We're all humans are in a two-kingdom war. It won't matter if you're an Israeli or an Aborigine. If you don't become Christian concavers, you're going to be exterminated. So imagine if loads of, who's in the Middle East? Imagine if loads of like Israelis, or if some of them there were like actually Israelites. Then imagine what the world would look like after a rapture of the wicked if some of the Israelites in Israel there managed to become the Christian concavers. It won't matter that they're not born again, just they'll be surviving there, won't they? As Christian concavers over under Sam at the New Jerusalem in England, there's a New Jerusalem. But over there near the Old Jerusalem, and where it's got that patch of land named Samaria, and my son Jackson Judea. Yeah, you're all being brought to concave earth, or you're all being exterminated. You're there thinking, that's not Christ, because he's saying the earth's concave and it isn't. And then you want to add in, he's wrong in fighting for that, and it's not even a salvation issue. No, you're just wrong. I'm the king of the fishermen. I'm the fisher king. I'm trying to get everyone, including atheists that are spiritually dead, believing the pseudoscience that's got you as a Christian or a Paulinist theistic evolutionist. These ones are just atheists because of all this. It's pseudoscience. Yeah, just Maya TV's quitting the UK. I just check his channel out, see what's been announced, and it's the Iranian troll. Is he for Pahlavi or not? Is he a troll? Is that why Fox News have had Maya Tusi on so many times? Because they don't need to really suppress and hide his channel, really. They want to be out there making you think that they do. So it's Team Maya and Team Tommy. So very famous and dumb and troll. Dumb and troll, dumb or troll. Dumb and or troll. And so I'm at war, and the war, it's amazing how actually we're all in the war, and the truth is like a weapon or a hot potato. Truth's like bullets or something. It's the war is to get people to hear about a perspective, register it, understand it, and then believe it and accept it and sort of side with it, while everyone else is, while Satan's saying boo, blah, 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 so that you can't hear it, so you don't understand it. And then once you've registered it, he's attacking you with, that's toxic cult. Come over here, there's more people over here. We're all laughing at you over here. There's many of us over here, this troll group, and we're laughing at you because you followed the Son of Man. Ha 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 ha. So get away from him and we'll stop laughing at you. And it's a tug of war because he'll be over there. But he's only on his own. He's just over there saying that he's laughing at you and calling us toxic. And he's trying to tell you to come away from all the other trolls and get under him. But we're here for the Rothschilds. We've got more friends and money. We can make more noise and our stuff's not really at risk of being removed. Our enemy, our bosses will just remove it if they want to, and they probably will. So, and you've been outdone, you've been outsmarted. There's two parties at it already. There's Satan's one that outsmarted you all, and there's my one where I'm the Lord and I've outsmarted you all. And so you're just little spazzers, and if you won't be told, then you're going to be exterminated. So who's the Lord? I want to hear you say it. Samuel. Oh, King Sam. And this is so that we're not all under the Rothschilds, the Pope, King Charles, William, George, Trumps. Well, they give you some evil international law and they make their quote-unquote 10 kingdoms or whatever. You are under one. You're already just under like the Rothschilds world kingdoms. They hide that the Rothschilds, rather like the Antichrist king of the world, whereas Romley Stewart in the international law playlist calls him the modern day equivalent of the modern new age Roman emperor. Islamists control FIFA. I think Satan, right? This is a point that I'll be making. We're near the top now. I've nearly finished. Satan, but not just Satan, the Satanists. The Satanists prefer Islam to that Paulianity thing that they'd made like 600 years earlier. They've given Christ thing was out and people wanted to follow it, but they're going to get to you and give you a different like Paulianity as if that's Christianity. They're not able to kill all the Christians off with that. They jumped in and give you Paul to just give you a different doctrine so that you think you're following Christ when you're not, but it's just harmless. Almost seems Christian. It's not anti-Christian or anti-Christ. It's anti the Father's law. Oh man, I'm good at this. Right, so then the Satanists made Islam. The Satanists, like Prince William and his dad, they're just born into it. And so the Satanists just prefer Islam to Paulianity. So strategically as well, what they'll do is they'll show favoritism and they'll pretend to like Muslims more than Paulinists around them and in public and things because they do actually. They're not pretending. They do prefer Islam. Get the gist of what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, yeah, the Muslims might bow to them in the way that they prefer. And they prefer having Muslim slaves, but they don't actually love or like the Muslims more than Christians or Paulinists. They probably have less respect for them, but they're just happy because they've got them right where they want them. That reminded me of someone, but she's moved on and she's got a new partner now. She'll have him when they sit underfoot. Like he bows to her. Right, so who is the defender of the faith now? You're all very shit for brains, as they say. I can't believe how stupid and blind you are, all as individuals, as a collective. I can't believe you're all so selfish as individuals that don't feel like there is any sort of collective or community. People should be figuring this out, caring, doing their bit, getting it out. You should all be just children of the kingdom together, spreading the good seed. And it's so pathetic that you're all such biased, deluded, naive, patriotic trash minds. You all just like your nation's the greatest thing at the top of it. No, you're all under the British crown. You don't have the holy or the greatest nation. It's the nation where you are. You've all got good things and bad things about them. Some of them are bigger than others. And they've got more to be said, more going on, blah, blah, blah. Bigger nation. There's more going on there, isn't there? The best nations in the world, in that sense, technically, they're just the biggest ones because there's just so much land there. If you get me. But what we've just got is just biased people. Ignorant, sowed by the devil people. For generation after generation, you're coming into the world being pushed more into the future and being like artificial and transhuman and strange. So there's a group of us. I started doing this at 27, 30, early 30s. Early 30s, I'm now early 40s. I'm 41. At 32, we're ready to just get this thing together, make something of it, and spread it. And you all just cannot see, can you? This is how the return of Christ operating. This is how he's relying on these equations, this logic, this kind of stuff. You just can't see, can you? 8 billion trash mines are under the Rothschilds, and the Rothschilds can afford to have as many Tommy Robinsons and give as many trolls and truthers blank checks as they need to. They've got you all trolled under them, and I'm giving you this one opportunity to help humans out from the mind control and the fallen. Like that Michael wrote at the bottom of his note. Two Kingdom War, the good seed against Luciferian mind control. And the kid said to me, people just don't have the humility, what it takes to join us, to join you, to bow to you. And then he ran off thinking he was above me and praying for my anger. Right, I'm going to just get to the top, say something, and just declare the decree, because you people, you've been spoiled. You've had it all handed to you on a silver plate, and you spit it in disbelief and reject it. But everything that the Son of Man, the return of Christ, got to give you as an achiever and strategically, you can all take it without respect, without appreciation, without joining, without bowing. You can just take it and run off and say, I'll maybe come back round again for another dose with no appreciation to check what else is put there next year and get it all and run off. And it's like, you clearly can do that. I mean, free will, Satan. Like, Satan wants you to do that. You're too stupid to see that I've declared everyone credit me and bound you and I. The reason that you're learning this stuff is because I'm the return of Christ. Nope, you're just a human. I'm just going to take it and run over there. You're not the Son of Man. You're not Christ. You're just a human. So we can do what we want, being a nightmare with your revelations, Sam. That's all you're doing. So I just want you to obey my decree or perish. Simple. And because I'm the Father in human form, my will be done. In the video. Oh, let me get to the top and whinge about the nonsense. Never understood. You never understood the Two Kingdom War that you were in. You never understood it. Too ignorant, too simple, too naive. Just thought that your government of your nation were the holy people, the holy ones, the holy kingdom there. That's why they've got the power. That's why they're one. That's why they're there. It's like what Paul said, it's anyone ruling anywhere, that's all the will of the Father. That it can't ever, not ever once be something that's just for some reason bad or against the will of the Father, but it's going on. All of the leaders throughout history, everywhere, everything's going God's way because God's the most powerful. So obviously every little last leader is positioned there by God. No, there's just a string. There's just a few of the leaders that were mentioned that were his leaders. And Christ saying everyone has to be born again. You don't have to be a leader. It's just if you're not born again, you're satanic. And that's all your leaders were just satanic leaders that weren't born again. see that I'm right. See that I'm correct, that it's true. See that I'm King Elohim, the Son version, Samuel Elohim, the Son of Man. And that I founded Christian Concavers, I sowed the good seed, and that Christian Concavers is the kingdom in the earth. And register, acknowledge the decree, and have some respect and fear me in it. Get some wisdom, and go and obey my decree so that I don't have my holy angels just get rid of you. And pass on Christian Concavers. At least, better if you give them more information than just the name of a cause. They might wonder what you're talking about, but as long as you pass on those 2 words. We'd have never guessed or seen it coming. King Charles abandons Christianity for Islam. What did I say earlier? The Satanists prefer Islam to Paulianity, so they'll even parade around and pretend to like Muslims more than Paulianists as well. But they really actually do prefer Islam to Paulianity. And Paulianity's worked, separate church from state, politics, but Christ's return, it's not going to carry on working. Sonia Azam, ex-Muslim, got a clip of her saying, Islam was created to confront the return of Christ. So we're in the UK, and the satanic Masons under the Rothschilds, that Windsor family, and all them satanic elitists and Masons, they don't want to be locked up for treason. They don't want to quit. They don't want to give up. They don't want to lose. They don't want to let go of the banks of the monarchy. But if they don't create chaos, if they don't bring over a migrant army to support them and with that different diabolical religion, I mean, there's many ways they could distract, but they need to. It's ingenious, evil idea of them to start bringing over loads of migrants towards that time and at that time. Just like putting out a virus. Genius, big distraction there. But at grassroots, everyone's learning that the British monarchy, with the Satanists of the control of the regimes of the other nations, they're all Satanists. They're all evil Satanists. Do you know King Charles is descendant of Vlad the Impaler, another elitist that put people's heads on spikes or whatever, that don't even listen to what people are acting like he was Christian or Paulinist or whatever. Vlad the Impaler is like some elitist European king that's the inspiration for Dracula. There's Nephilim, they're Satanists, they're diabolical, they're tricking all the Muslims in the world like they've been tricking everyone else before that. They're tricking Buddhists over here, Hindus over there, Jews here, Paulinists there. They're not trying to trick everyone with Christianity. They just did it with Paulianity for 2,000 years. What Laverne's doing, he's not tricking anyone. He's trying his best, bless him. So you're all just being played. You're such muggy, blind little chumps. And as far as I'm concerned, we could say 8.5 years, but let's just say 7 years. For 7 years, you've all just... No, there's nothing to see here. Sam is not a celebrity. He's not a genius. He's not smart. He hasn't got anything outstanding or unique that everyone should see. He's not the return of Christ. He's not a good leader. He's pointless. He's a giant nobody. No, just... Enough's enough, world. Enough's enough. Bow and obey, love me, join me, start gathering, spreading, helping people find me, point people to me. And some of you just help me get a better laptop and I'll be able to work a lot better, a lot easier and without getting stressed out. Quicker, easier, better. I mean, the reason I haven't done anything today other than like this one stream now, and well, I've already had 4.5 hour stream removed. And I probably didn't screen share because I didn't think it would have worked, but it's just been removed. Now I've just got one tab, and instead of jumping round, I've got loads of images, text prepared to jump around and teach it you, but I basically just can't because of the crap laptop I'm on, and you just don't care. Right, well, the equation you're all tares, I'm Christ. You can call me a false Christ and reject me, just a tear, and I'm having my holy angels exterminate you. Sort your head out. I'm the Son of Man. I never said I'm perfect or I know everything. I'm the man-child. I'm the Son of Man. It's all very real. What someone like Laverne Gooding, Robert Ferrell, what some of these Christians and Paulinists with their extra 2 decades, 3 decades worth of time spent, that they're just geeky old people and they've totally read the scripture. Yeah, they know some extra canonical, they know some scripture, they know some Old Testament, they know the Paulinist stuff inside and out or whatever. They do not know the rest of the stuff, and yes, value the stuff they know, but so is the stuff that I'm doing, and I'm the one and only leader. And you're just New Agers with your Bible, you're being exterminated or coming under me and being knocked off off the grid into nature to have to start again. So you're just in a position where you're just clueless. You just think that a Superman savior's coming, but I'm here and you're just clueless. You're clueless that you're having to get under the Son of Man and start again off the grid if you can survive. You're clueless. I'm the only one trying to tell you these 2 things: how to escape the rapture, how to get with the return of Christ and survive the rapture, and then what that'll mean, what that'll be like, and a heads up on what you'll be doing to have to survive after the rapture. All you people are just clueless. I've had enough of you. Make your decision. Call me wrong, incompetent, underling, fool, liar, false Christ, toxic, vain, whatever. Call me all that shit. Any of it, all of it. And go away. Or bow and obey, because I'm the Son of Man. Enough of you little knobheads gatekeeping, where all we're needing is humanity. We're needing table to turn. We're needing the 100th monkey. We're needing the consciousness pole. We're needing humans to, oh yeah, that's the leader. Oh yeah, that's the truth. Oh yeah, that'll do. Oh, that's what the prophecy said. Oh yeah, we're needing that. You're just muggy little doomed little New Agers with your Paulinist flat earther friends. I'm the Lord. Be a Christian concave with me. Paul's false. That's the way it's going. You're gonna be exterminated, Paulinists. They're gonna want to remove this because of harassment and bullying. Do you get it? But no, in the last one, I picked on 2 people. I mean, who would you know? How would you know which KJ or which Ashley were mentioned? It's who would have been listening to have actually been upset or complained? No, it's just Satan removing it and acting like it's the good guy, policing Christians, policing the good seed, policing the return of Christ. I don't need policing, chumps. Europe in pain as nightmare video leaked showing a native being killed. You don't get it. You won't trust me or believe me, but if I started shouting and yelling now, it's because of you're a trash tear that's just going to sit back and not care and let Muslims keep stabbing people and governments just keep letting them do it. And everyone just stay divided and stupid little trash minds. I'm like fighting to gather everyone to me, bowing to me, Christ, the Son of Man. That's the way that any of you have stopped being the problematic people that are pushing people out into being little chumps walking the streets that haven't heard of the good seed, or little jihadis walking around the streets. The solution to it all, the big story is the Son of Man's over there with the good seed. And he's fuming because of little stories like that. Someone else was stabbed. I care. I care about rape gangs, about stabbings and people being killed. You can't, you won't, you don't. You're just I'm happy. You're just happy under Rothschilds and Trump and Elon Musk with your popcorn. You're pro Tommy. Go on, Tommy, and all that. Look, that's a movement. Look at all them flags. Look at all that money invested. Look at the show up. Look at the turn up. We've got Katie Hooknose. Everyone's there. Young Bob. Get everyone under me or perish. Listen, I am asking you if I'm winning so far in the numbers. I'm commanding you to go get me more winning, get people to be winning because they're under me, and go increase the numbers. Texas is now forced to worship. New law passed to control worship, and that's from the government saying, oh, church was never separated from state. Actually, in 2026, they're making out like there's no separation of church and state in the constitution or whatever. They're coming at them because they haven't managed to kill them all off, round them up as Muslims yet, make them bow to Allah, mark or kill them all yet. They're coming in with this Sunday law. So Texas, I remember it used to be cowboys and Indians back in the day. I used to love Texas, but now there's Muslims there. They've been there ages. There's Muslims in Texas. There's been Muslims in Texas ages. It's nearly the end of the world. There's just Muslims everywhere. You're just stupid, diabolical, blind trash minds. You can't see, can you, that there's no one that rivals banksters and Masons and Satans. They're just big Muslim faction of jihadis. And you stupid little Catholic and Protestants, what are you going to do other than follow the satanic black sun Masons that control the Vatican and some little globy, flat earthy, globy Paulinisty, Mormons and that? Don't you get it? Did you think Trump were going to save you all? But he was saying he's just not a king, and he's just impressed with William because William's a prince, son of the king. He was doing the kiss arsey thing like it's his role, it's his job to sound all impressed with the satanic world king and his son, the prince, the satanic Islamic king to be. And Trump went from Paulianity Presbyterian to just Jewish and just kissed the wall and saying that he's a Jew, and a Jew referred to him as the first Jewish president. So you're all being played in a million ways. I just want you to bow and obey me in just like a couple of ways. Just bow and obey. Yeah, just pass on the seat. Yeah, that'll do. Bow to me, pass on the seat. Yeah. And you're diabolical. Because you're the one saying, Sam's not a leader. What, Father? They're saying that the Son of Man, a loving man with a sense of humour, that's not good enough. Went through Masonic University, went through Paul Club. Speak like the pompous evil queen and the king. Do you get it? I'm the real McCoy, good enough, the human leader. You are spaz minds, trash garbage. Nearly the end of the video. We got Professor Jiang, the king of truth. I'm only joking. The CCP troll, it's whatever he is, right? He's got to be the hero, and he's right, and it's all going somewhere. All the stuff that he teaches, it all is a big working model where Immanuel Kant wins, and Kantian philosophy, and probably a bit of Freudian stuff in there, and the monad, not the nomad, the wanderer, the monad, the identityless deity that Immanuel Kant thought up and must be right about. According to Professor Jiang and the Lord Immanuel Kant, Jesus Christ was the founder of Gnosticism, and Paul founded Christianity, and Rome twisted it. Rome gave you Christianity instead of Gnosticism. So let's just rewind and start again. So Sam has been saying for a long time, Christ's taken Judaism for Christianity, but the Satanists made Talmudic Antichrist fake Judaism. Then they've made Paulianity. They've also made a Gnosticism. So Satanists made fake Judaism, Paulianity, and Gnosticism, whereas Christianity is just the way. Following Christ with the gospel, with James and Jude's warnings, and you don't entangle Acts, Paul and Peter, like I've been saying. So beware of this Professor Jiang, because he's half right, and what he said in the title there is just right. The Roman Empire removed the true Jesus to control you. It's just they gave you Paulianity and called it Christianity. The act Paul Peter is completely diabolical. Right, now Jesus' proper teaching is not Gnosticism. And someone out there is like a glober and a Paulinist, and just Sam's right when he says Jesus didn't make Gnosticism, the Luciferians did. Well done! I have hopes in you becoming a concaver and then seeing Acts Paul and Peter are false. And you can come and uphold and say, Sam's right! He's helping! It's hard to see Paul's false, but he's got a really good case. I didn't know all this stuff that he's shown us about the history of everyone saying Paul's false, about James and Jude calling out this and that, about Acts Paul Peter being obviously false and the AI spotting it. So you don't want to be dumber than the AI, do you? But you all are that think Paul's legit. Right, so that's enough. I'm the Lord. Professor Jang's a chump. He's not even a wannabe Christian, so he's less likely to survive the rapture. No, actually, technically he's in the same category as my dad. Just he's got no chance, but he's not my dad, so I've got no sort of bias favoritism from him or nothing. He's just a tear that's going to die, and there's no way this guy's going to survive. Do you know what I'm saying? But he's there having an opinion on the truth of the Christian doctrine. Do you get it? And it's Satan in him doing it. No, his boss is Satan. Agent of Satan paid him to do it. It's, you know, do you get it? Like, is he trying and he's come to his little Chinese amalgamation, or is he just a troll and they're absolutely antichrist? So he knows that Gnosticism's satanic, but he's going to sell it to you. He's over here. I'm at the forefront because Paul's being called out, and we're willing to give you that. That's why the Mahdi came on the scene. The Mahdi popped up as a glober, said Paul's false, and just sold at you his version of Jesus and Peter and Muhammad, and that they can even just take just Paul out and to get it for an Islamic Mahdi cult that's trying to give you Chrislam and blend in Christianity and Islam. They don't need Paul for that. Do you think that's interesting? A dumb or troll, CIA asset or not, real Muslim or Satanist or elite kid or whatever with a beanie hat like I wear, but all black like Muslims do and the other blacks and cults. That he's come on the scene and said, he's the successor of Christ or Peter and Muhammad, but Paul was false. Now, dug at Jesus' words only would be saying, see, Paul's false, but Peter's okay. It sounded like Ned Flanders when he said it, but unbelievably, as you'd be like, no way, was that Ned Flanders? The voice of Ned Flanders from Simpson. Why diddly doodly, neighbor? Why, Jesus was okay, but Paul was false, but Peter, Christ spoke to Peter and called him his rock. There's a name Peter, and we've got like 8 things where Christ's been with and positive about Peter. Yeah, but then there's other mentions from Christ where he said, come out of him, Satan. Or, Peter, in your old age, as in after he's died and Paul's come around, someone's going to bind your hand and lead you astray, Simon Kepher Peter. And instead of just looking at everything and prioritizing with what outdoes and what trumps and what overrides what, it's more like a majority, a number count that, oh, well, in your perspective, Jesus was more positive about Peter than he was negative. But anyway, if you're just going to grow up and the grown-ups are just going to get to you and say, Peter's with Jesus, how do you manage to think that Paul's not when they came at you doing the same thing with Paul, but you've managed to just say, I'm my own boss. I can think outside of this canon. I can see that Paul's false and that Satan's used him in one way or another. So, yeah, read that prophecy in John, what Jesus gave to Peter about Peter. It's just John wrote it down. Because we can't trust Peter. Because Peter pays. If you don't rob Peter to pay Paul anyway, because they're just P's in a pod together. They both had name with S and changed to P. And it's not because they're pedos. Right, so it just all adds up and makes sense, and I'm rolling with it. Do you get me? If I can't just say, oh no, Paul's genuine, it all makes sense. Nah, Paul's false. Now, big round and round in a circle again. Well, Acts sells you Paul, and 2 Peter backs up Paul. Yes, so then they're false too then. So who's with me because the rest of you against me, and my holy angels will get rid of you. Because honestly, you Paulinists think you're so much holier and better than a Jew or a Muslim when you're just a diabolical Paulinist. It's just the same sort of thing. Just the same equivalent. Stupid, wrong, false gang hierarchy, doctrine, apostles, canon, expectations, prophecy. So it's all diabolical and wrong. So surely you know how you felt about them. So that's how I actually feel about you all. That's how I feel about you, Paulinists, as well. You think that you're sufficient, but you're not. You know that the Muslims and Jews really think that they're special and the sufficient ones and great and gonna survive. Well, this is the difference between Laverne, a proper Christian, and Paulinist, because Laverne he was greater, he'd done greater, he'd done more, he'd been at it a long time to achieve, and then he comes to the world knowing it's a really big deal, prioritizing concern for everyone's sake, scared, outnumbered by everyone else. You're all just chaos under Satan, and the majority of the next what you're going to perceive as upper echelons, the best you can find, you're all just stuck, duped little Paulinist minions. It's gone on 2,000 years. The majority, everyone, or the majority, have just been done over by this Paul thing. 500 years, the globe lie. 7 years, the return of Christ's holy church, the good seed. 5 years as the kingdom while the decree's been declared. I remember sowing the good seed at the end of July, in the last couple of days of July, right at the end of July 2019. I can't remember the day that I first declared the decree, but the enemy will know and remember the day that they flew 2 Chinooks out to the hill where I live. Sunnybank, Greetland, Outlane, between Halifax and Huddersfield, Holywell Green, West Vale. I've done lots and lots and lots of streams, thousands. They only flew Chinooks out one time, one day. It was the first time that I declared the decree. They were paying such great attention. They had their troll, the one that told you that the man of sin, LSC's revealed after I'd exposed him, that they made a video saying that the man of sin's been revealed, because Sam started calling him out. The one that said that I'm Jesus and he loves me and called me Lord Samuel, and he asked me to chat with him, and he asked me if I'd take a blank check, meaning to stop, and then he asked me, Sam, are you Jesus? The rapture is when people are taken, removed, killed, dead by the holy angels. As Michael Hayes is kind of pointing out in the compilation that I've put up on my channel recently in the videos section, 50 minutes or something like that, or 30 minutes or something. Yeah, it might be like 50, or is it longer than that? Anyway, yeah, look out for Christ, Return of Christ, Antichrist, Armageddon compilation. Michael Hayes is stating that the 144,000 are being likened to angels. Now, it happens to be the case that the word angels means messengers. And if he has messengers spreading the good news message of the kingdom, then the campaigners for a campaign battle of Armageddon, campaigning with good news, gospel, good seed kingdom, that could be for whatever reason, like by the enemy to throw everyone, to flip it round, to hide that it said like human messengers, to throw it and turn it into angels. So in scripture, Christ said, well, he's going to tell the angels to get rid of the tares first. Then when he's in the gospel, it uses the word angels, but it's talking about the Lord Christ will have his something gather everyone. So what are all these gatherings? Like, you've got the good seed, and everyone needs to become the good seed. So you'd think that he wants to spread and have everyone gathered to the good seed kingdom. Then there's Armageddon, and he's gathering everyone to Armageddon. So, like I've been suggesting, probably that's just the same thing. But if not, then that's two gatherings. Then we're talking about that the angels are gathering everyone from wherever, but that's just because in English all these years later, the word in your Bible there says angels rather than messengers. The return of Christ declared a decree. He wants everyone gathering to him. He wants help. You're preaching the gospel of the kingdom out to all nations. Jude verse 15, you're on this mission to convince everyone of this and that and hard speeches. And so there's lots of people out spreading a message, and they are going to be out trying to gather everyone together for the Lord, to the Lord. So all this has been really worked out cleverly by the enemy, just swapping that word to angels or hiding that. If you read through the Bible, you're going to think that there's two raptures, one of followers and one of the wicked being removed. And they've got it in your head that there is this rapture of saints, that's what it goes hand in hand with the return of Christ. The rapture of saints and a Superman. They'd be then putting off this other like rapture of the wicked, as if that's like what's happening in the afterlife or at the end of the world, a millennial reign or something. They'll really want to scoot it, push it down the line a load. So from what I perceive, there is not any sort of angels getting good people and picking them up and moving them around or anything. There's literally just Son of Man comes, then there's humans, campaigners, messengers helping him gather into his kingdom. It goes on and spreads out to all nations. Then the angels are sent, holy angels, to kill off, take, snatch, get rid of all the tares of the world. And then just the good seed children of the kingdom, Christians, are just left behind, all spread out and scattered around the earth as they are. They're not all being picked up and brought to some holy barn at a New Jerusalem somewhere. So the technocrats, the trillionaires, the billionaires, the elites, Rothschild wants a run of people that you can all wonder if Jared Kushner or Peter Thiel or Elon Musk is the Antichrist. Anyone but the Antichrist. They don't want you really focusing on Charles and William, and people do. They want the attention away from that. They don't want you focusing on Rothschilds, and hardly anyone does. They're happy. King Rothschild's happy that no one knows he's the king. It works. You don't all uprise. They've spread it out. They've split up the money, the media, the military. They've got money in England. They've got media in Italy. They've got military in America, they've split it all up, and no one can just make sense of it all. That just everyone's under Rothschild there, and that Vatican and that military and that bank are just all under the Rothschild. You're all just mad little hatters. And this Peter Thiel, yeah, interesting. His name's an anagram of the reptile. Yeah, Peter Thiel's not coming forward saying that he's God. He's one of these AI creators, proponents, that's maybe going to make the image of the beast speak or whatever. But just, you're up against like this fallen kingdom that have clearly got something in place, like the Vatican, the British Crown, the Swiss World and Central Banks, the United Nations, Shia Islam. For you to just think that just at some point now, someone just on his own, just a guy, is going to come up like I am doing, but for the fallen's kingdom, everyone's just going to bow under some fortune. No, they're conspiring to pull off and just present just their leader that's just not the Messiah. They just try to give you a false Messiah. They'll all act like, oh yeah, this is the real thing, yeah. But they're all conspiring together, a massive team, a massive network. There is not one proponent, one entity, one character, one being, one just Mahdi or Antichrist that's just going to just arrive just on their own and then just get everyone to start bowing to them. No, not at all. But that's what the return of Christ is actually doing, and he's not flying down out of the sky. It's just the Son of Man. You're all already sowed by the devil, children of the wicked one, government, satanic minions bowing to tares, politicians, police, judges, governments, monarchies, regime leaders, banksters. You're needing a transition and bow to me instead, or as well, and until they're removed. The fact is, in your heart, you might despise us all, but you're bowing to them or me or us both. So what you're trying to do is stop hating me and only bow to them, like Jesus said. Just agree with your enemy so they don't lock you up. Kind of like telling a white lie just for the sake of the cause and in the war. Just agree with someone that you don't agree with so that you don't get locked up. Because, oh yeah, you're going to try win this argument, but you won't win it. Oh, but you're going to stand your ground and your morals. Yeah, but you're just going to get locked up. What's the point? Losing an argument to keep your morals, to then just be put in a prison and locked up and out of the war. You can explain it to Jesus anyway, with your morals and that. Because you're all going to be exterminated if you don't. The word isn't adopt, it's accept, bow to, embrace, bow to, take up, obey the instructions. Basically, all the billionaire technocrats can't keep it a secret. It's leaked out. Zuckerberg underground bases, and they've got some sort of insider knowledge. They're worried and concerned about being removed. They're fearing a rapture, not fearing Christ and a flying horse and a sword and lasers in his eyes. They're not saying they're fearing a deity, judgment, some sort of alien. Do you get it? But it's all like the way that they flip things around and mix it up. They've acted like they're dealing with aliens and there's aliens out there, but they know that it's just fallen angels and they're lying to you. They're acting like they could be a threat, or they might be helping you. The history of their aliens, that's just the fallen angel deception stuff. But then when it comes to the holy angels coming to kill off the militaries and all their tear servants, they're against the holy angels. I'm the Lord, and I keep talking about my holy angels, and I'm all for my angels. I'm keeping my angels. It's you people that I'm not sure about. You're gonna have to bow and obey, and you're gonna reject me and run off and act like you're a proper Christian, yeah. And it's like, where have you been? Where have you been talking to people about angels? They're so dumbed down and shallow and simple and selfish and caught up with yourself and stuck where you are. You're wanting to show everyone that thing that you drew last time you were at church that you've stuck on your fridge. You're wanting to use these new words and express that someone's my brother or sister in Christ. Woo-hoo! That's new to me. I'm a Christian. I don't mean to be condescending and pedantic, but it's the end of the world, and I'm the saviour, and you people are so much more captured and struggling and sowed by the devil and deceived and wrong and ignorant than any of you think. You all think you're smart and you've learned what you need to because you tried and you wanted to, and it was difficult for you to see past the matrix of lies and get to the canon and become a stupid little Paulinist. You haven't changed anything, progressed at all. You've learned some words, but you're still just a Paulinist. Oh, you've become a flat earther, but you haven't seen and started to see there's a problem with Paul. Because for some people, that's a 20-year battle, and they get no further, never conclude anything, never have the strength to attack Acts and Peter while they're doing that and stuff. All I can say is I am smart. That much has been established. I'm smart, and I've got eyes of flame of fire and loads of discernment, and I'm the king of truth. I declared that. That's after demonstrating it. Years after calling out LSC as the lamb, the second white horse rider. So I literally am the king of truth. I'm not saying it. But yeah, I mean, I just here are people, fallen angels, Nephilim, loads of false religions, false Enochs, false Judaism, Act Paul Peter false, Islam false. To get it, this Act Paul Peter, it's part of it. You're all being exterminated if you're over 8 years old. If you're not just going to accept, oh, Christ's here now, the new Christ, and Christ, the boss, the authority, and he's condemned, booted, judged, confirmed for everyone. Act Paul Peters of the enemy false, out of the canon, thrown out. And what did I just say? If you're not over it, if you haven't had your 8th birthday, then there's a chance you'll maybe survive the rapture. Not knowing. Sam's the boss that's right. Everything that I've said's quote unquote new gospel. Do you understand? No. Jesus said Father's the innermost at the uppermost place. And he said to Philip, Father's the innermost at the uppermost place. He'd said to John, in a house of many mansions. He'd said to us all, beware of wolves in sheep's clothing. James and Jude called out Paul. I'm here showing you LSC CMOR data, forbidden knowledge of heaven, image of it from the fallen. I'm captain for the Holy Kingdom, and this quote from the old me trumps everything. Because we're warring over this concave thing. It's poignant, climaxing. This is totally relevant. A concave quote from the Gospel according to Philip. While I'm proving you don't know everything, you trash garbage wannabes, you Paulinists, and you haven't read Gospel according to Philip. Now, James and Jude are with Christ, John, and Philip. We ain't with Acts, Paul, and Peter, and you're just on the wrong side of this thing. We're arguing who's with Christ, and I'm Christ and with mine, and you're with Paul, and the ones that aren't, saying that the real me is on the other side with you, and you're diabolical and you'll be exterminated. So the enemy can show you heaven and physics, but it's all fallen stuff. Christ's already given you what's the knowledge, that's the truth, that's confirmed in the holy program, but you have no clarity on that. To you, Christ is not the authority, because Christ made Philip an authority and given his word through a gospel. Your authority is the government that's kicked out first Enoch and Philip and said Christ with Paul, and you've got to do it our way over Paul book, and you're just government mind-controlled morons. You always have been. Government Paulianity with the canon, that's all you've ever gone for, humans. Hugh and Laverne, seen past that. Dug at Jesus' words only, on with it, not doing as well. But until you start to let go of Paul and accept that the Bible is Satan's weapon. Christ mentioned the scripture. We've got scripture, truth, word, provision. That's the scripture. The enemy made the Bible. Until you can realize it's deeper than, for humans, when you just want to go for the Bible and it's just all easy or simple little Paulianity, you can have any perspective and all just stay divided. No. Scripture would be a different canon, and you all keep the law, must keep the law and be born again. Christ told you. He hasn't come to tell you what the deity had Moses say, everyone obey him. So Christ's just saying, I'm not repeating that, neither am I telling you not to do that. That's he's obeying that. He grew up obeying that. He's realized that he's the son, that he's still obeying that. The law was given for you to know what's acceptable and not. It was law to keep the Sabbath day holy. We're not changing that. Christ came and said it's commandment to love everyone. What, you think Paul's just tore down all these laws so that you just got Paul dribble? Paul words dribble. We are saved by grace. We Paul and his little fickle readers that are sowed by Paul. You've got no discernment. You're just underlings. Humans, you're under angels and the deity. And the angels are in the heads of their hybrid offspring that are smart, leading them, telling them, twist this and twist that, and they've outdone you. And while they can't gatekeep everything, and there is proponents both saying rapture of saints and rapture of wicked, these elites have let it blab and leaked out that much that they're concerned, worried, hiding from a rapture. Oops, we shouldn't have said that because we've flipped around the rapture and that won't make sense to people, but they've gone and done it. So I'm giving you the clip there, last clip up on my channel at the moment from KJ. A Paulinist flat earther that doesn't understand at all why the elites are seeming to be scared, hiding from, running from a rapture. And we're thinking that we need to change all the rhetoric and say, instead of rapture, the return of Christ with a sword and lasers, that they're scared of super Christ, is what you trash minds will be wanting to flip it into, when no, just Christ and the prophets talked about the rapture of the wicked at the end. Paul was false. The enemy know better than the stupid little Paulinists that believe in the rapture of saints like KJ. The enemy, whether they've been given it, paid for it, or whatever, the enemy know better than the stupid little Paulinists by just fearing the rapture of the wicked because they're wicked and they're not Christians. So I rest my case. KJ lost a channel, but then they gave it him back, and he's a Paulinist glober that likes to tell a few jokes. So he was adopted when he was young, and he actually was an orphan, and he started his last stream. I was adopted when I was little. My dad told me never to talk to strangers when I was 6. I've never spoken to him since. And he's laughing off that his own dad's like a stranger to him or whatever. And man, I love KJ. And he's like, come hang out. But it's just like one-sided. It's like you're trying to be Christ on the internet, but then it's rubbish. We get a few jokes, we get gatekeeper in, everyone knows the personality that is KJ, but you're not the Son of Man. Everyone don't need to know you, KJ. That's why Satan gave you a YouTube channel back, and you're either a troll playing everyone or not, but I don't think you are. You sound really genuine there, not like you're just selling other flat earther Paulinist witches. You sound like you're really a Paulinist flat earther, and you really value and respect all these other Paulinist flat earthers like they're tippy-toppy upper echelon someones. Seen there, done that. I did actually have a flat earth t-shirt and a hoodie as well, but I'm Christ and I founded Christian Concavers, and you are all missing out, detrimental underlings. You don't have a clue, and then you're going to run into this. Sam's the Son of Man. This is above you. It's more important. He's more right. Everything he's putting forward is the truth, and he's right. You're going to carry on pridefully leading yourself, the greatest Christian you've ever met, you've ever seen, you've ever heard of, you're aware of. You've got it all right, and you're great. You know what you're doing because you've tried. You know you trust yourself. You know that you're not some evil, vicious person out. You're really a compassionate, loving, honest, caring. You're messing up in thinking that I'm not, and thinking that I'm stupid or vain. That if I was smarter, I'd have come to all the same conclusions as you. And if I had your humility, I wouldn't have stood up and said I'm the leader and I know best. But actually, there's a lot more going on than I'm inferior and have no discernment, experience, or humility as compared to you people. It's different. So, big shocks, big surprises. Oh my God. You are all going to learn some things that you didn't know. You're all going to be corrected. And I see. And ooh, and yeah, you were just one of 8 billion globers. Yeah. And maybe you did become one of them flat earthers, or even one of the tippy-toppy concavers, but you're not Christ, are you? Having to go to war against Act Paul Peter, all the world of trolls, and sow the good seed and gather everyone. You're not, are you? You'd have been a grassroots, loving, caring, globy, Paulinistic Christian that saw past the globe and flat to become a concaver, and you saw past Paul to become a Christian concave earther, and then you're still not the warlord that's got the cause, that's got the solution, that's come forward telling us fathers the innermost with any revelations, nothing. So the enemy hasn't removed any stuff or offered you a blank check, but you think that you know better than me. Yeah, don't you all bow and obey or you're being exterminated? And if you remove my video because it's harassing and bullying trolls, you're going to know about it in your afterlife. So there's your warning. And I know better than KJ, because KJ is a human, and I know better than all the humans. I know better than Professor Jang, because Professor Jang's another human as well, and I've already said that. You're just making me repeat myself. I know better than everyone, so point everyone to me. I'm not even 50 yet. I'm not even 45 yet. But the enemy knew I was the return of Christ before I was 35. But we've sat around and let everyone have their free will and not be harassed or bullied or reached out to or found or gotten to or campaigned with. And nobody's become or tried to spread the good seed in all these years. And it's all just getting detrimental and just beyond. And so don't you get it? You just got a million different chumps with a different amalgamations out everywhere. So over here it's Paul is false, so that you can be gotten to and turned into a Gnostic rather than just Sam's over there and one of his big standing out here. Any of you'd be looking for someone where he teaches the surnames are false. He teaches Paul's false or Act Paul Peter are false. He teaches that the Earth's concave. Now all the audience at Professor Jang have already got there. We got a hero saying something's wrong with Christianity, or is he about to say Paul's false? I mean, he did say that Paul's the founder of Christianity and that Jesus is founder of Gnosticism. Now, he's way more confused than Rod at Truth Unedited, who's saying that the way is Christianity and that Paulianity is Christianity. because he's not in any way coming at you saying Jesus founded Gnosticism. And you've got things mislabeled strategically all over the place. Israel, Zion, Gnostic, the Gospel according to Philip, first book of Enoch. That's scripture, but the enemy would want you to call it something else. Illegitimate, Gnostics, something other than just, that's the old text, the old scripture. You're all in the world. You're all so dog shit beneath me, I dare say, that you're going to have an opinion on Zionism when that's, go on, all you know about, the only version you know that you're picking on right now, first, which is the Jewish one. Then I'll get you to accept that Jehovah's Witness is a form of Zionist for the Paulists under the Satanists. And that's their version of Zion. But I'm the king of Zion on the hill of Zion. And Zion is what I'm leading, what I therefore define it, say it is basically. You can all, who do you think you are? Well, who do you think you are? Greater than me, and that someone different, super, is going to fly down and just pull it off all better. I don't need to forward everything that's been done. I don't need to align perfectly with Father in the Garden or Jesus 2,000 years ago. It just don't matter that I'm slightly different, that I don't know what they knew. I just run the show right now in our age. In no way am I trying to change, corrupt any scripture. I'm trying to sort out the canon and just, here you go, first Enoch, all the Tanakh, all the Gospels, John's writings, James and Jude's writings. You've got Apocalypse of Peter. What's that? How many times have they had a stab at writing up some false books and some false Peters? And who's Barnabas? And so get on with it and help me. I'm the Lord. Or carry on thinking that you're going to bypass me and you're above me. And instead of being my number 2 man, you're greater than me. You're going to be Superman's number 2 man when he flies down. Do you get it? We don't have to settle to bowing under this leader. We've got someone even greater coming. It will make it better and easier. We won't be ashamed of him. We won't struggle. He'll be so much more knowledgeable and impressive and great. No, just obey me quick enough. Humble under me. There's no Superman coming. Or you're going to be exterminated. You're just one of these. I've heard the story of Noah. Oh, those silly idiots didn't know him, didn't listen. And then they got swept away. Oh, you're so much better than them. You won't mess up, will you? No, you're doing exactly the same thing now. Acting like you're with the Lord when you're not. You're acting like the new Noah, the Son of Man, is not just absolutely right and your best option and try to help you all as the hero, leader, the chosen one. You're acting like it's just nothing, or it's just ridiculous. Haven't they got so much to learn, right? 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I was teaching the Earth's concave, Paul's false, Son of Man comes, sows the good seed, and declares a decree, and then it's the rapture of the wicked at the end. There is no rapture of saints. You've all been gotten to and played. I was right about that as a grown-up all them years ago. We've only just gone forward a few more years, and I've been doing everything I can, screaming it out. People are finding it, hearing it, rejecting it, only just because I put it out. People like KJ and Haley only going to bump into it and hear about it because of me, aren't they? They're still stuck. They still haven't heard of it. They're still not looking into it. If we can get some more people to just have a look at Concave Earth, have a look at Paul's False, you're going to have to hurry up and start having a look at Paul's False, wannabe Christians. No, this is Doctrines of Devil. You're going to be exterminated. I'm warning you. Do a risk assessment and check it out and open to it. And if you need to arrive back at the same conclusion that Paul's legit, sent from the Father or the Son, and that one of them met him on the road to Damascus, if you end up coming back round to concluding in the same, that's your choice then, quote unquote. Like, fair enough. Like, you've got your own free will. You're going to come at your own decisions. I'm urging you all as the Saviour to check it out, to investigate, to research, to learn, to open up, check out both sides of the story, to really think about We've got this new guy that's pro-Christ, and it's a little bit different, but it seems to line up, but it's just a little bit different, but it is next, and he is a different guy. So, and just reassess and think, how different is it? In what ways is it different? Has it changed it? Yeah, it's after and he's lesser and it's different, but is it aligning and is it the will of the Father? Do they want to produce what this produces? Did they promise us? Christ told us some things to expect and not. Did he tell us to look out for an apostle with a different doctrine, an apostle's doctrine? Don't splurt out things that you don't know when you're not sure. Don't splurt out, it's not a different Why does it say in the Acts of the Apostles that they carried on in the apostles' doctrine? Was that Luke or someone else talking about Peter or someone else, not Paul? Acts 2:42, I think. And continued steadfast in the apostles' doctrine. The apostles' doctrine. What's all that about? There's people out there attacking Paul that are Christian. There's people out there attacking Paul that are not Christian. There's people out there attacking Paul that are Jewish. There's people out there attacking Paul that are just not Christian. There's Muslim. All kinds of people attack Paul for different reasons. Just beware of that and be more like, you're better off just respecting and sticking to ones that are attacking Paul that are Christian or that are sort of like atheist, agnostic. There's no real point listening to the Muslim or the Jew picking on Paul. You could listen to them, but it's not really, you're now going to go sell. There's no point including them in the argument. You might as well just see a snake that's picking on Paul because that is his way of trying to pick at Christ. Now, the thing is, there is a reason to pick on Paul. So now just calling out Paul and saying there's a problem with it. Like Muslims saying, Paul's false. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that Jesus was a Muslim or Isa. It doesn't mean there was all. Do you get it? The quicker you can all see, this problem with Paul and detach, the sooner you'll all stop being so played and insane and underling. The earth's concave, Paul's false, I'm the Lord, I'm the Saviour, KJ and Ashley as examples, boy and a girl, American, flat earther Paulinists. There's lots of Christians and people seeing past Paul. There's lots of concave earthers. They're just gonna learn either both because of me. Because I do what I do. Because I know better. Because I've got more discernment. Because I'm more correct. Because I've got zeal and strategies. Because I care. Because I'm gonna achieve doing it if it occurs. If they're to be brought to the Earth's concave and Paul's false, Paul and Peter false, it'll be because of what I'm doing. And if not, it'll be close, similar. It'll be from someone that's learned it off me or been affected. But they're only going to survive the rapture if they just come under me. And who else could they have? Who else will they credit for them escaping the rapture of the wicked than just Christ, the king of the kingdom, the cause that they've bowed into? So do you get it? Like, you could be triggered by me, but you're just people, you're just children of tares. You've tried and you wannabes, and you've tried more than some, and you're just underlings. And you're wrong about that and wrong about that, but you keep coming at the internet as if you're right and you're the heroes, and you're just like gatekeepers and you don't even know. And you're only going to learn this and that from me, the superior, if you're able to. But there's like a breed, there's a range, there's a level of people that could be the ones that get to you and teach you that are under me, that are campaigning for me, that are Christians, not Paulinists, and concavers, not flat earthers. But I am the only one that's gonna unite you all and save you. Now, this is one of the best concepts I can give you. The Father's picked his son, king, personality, leader, set of skill set. So something's been picked and provided. Now, if you're just going to know your place and bow to the Almighty Father, then you're just bowing to and respecting his choice of son, king on the hill. Stop acting like he's bad. There's a problem with it when it blows the rest of you all out of the water, basically. And if you were to, like, can you not see I'm fulfilling the prophecy? So then, what comes with it? And I said this word, or I swore, or you don't like my childlike nature or my personality. Can't you just see that the Father's picked me, and that's that? And you are not welcomed, none of you, to, oh yeah, he's fulfilled the prophecy. Oh, but we don't like this, and yeah, he fulfilled that bit of that prophecy, but we should all just scatter and not bow because of this, because you don't like my personality. Don't you get it? The Almighty Father, aware of everything, has taken into consideration everything. He knew your struggle and that you're going to respond the way you do. And he just wants you to bow under me and join me and just stop bowing to others or pretending that you don't bow to anyone. Bow under me and obey me. And the Father wants you to do that, knowing that I was wrong about this, or I told some jokes, or I swore, or that I'm struggling. Do you get it? The Father's not impressed that you're bowing to people on a red carpet or a Masonic judge with a hammer thing in a court and some muggy policeman running around. The Father's got David to write, bow to my son king on the hill, and these ones, you'll be exterminated, you'll perish if you make him angry. And all the underling humans that have come into it because people are around having sex, you'll all be blessed to trust this one that's special, is different. He's done so much more. He's got so much more power that he's making a difference. He's coming to show you how and command you all to. You weren't trying to, and when you tried to, you went and repped for flat earth as a Paulinist. Love you all. Bye for now. Christian concavers. It's just a mustard seed, but after the rapture, it'll be the only club that the humans have got. It's the only one that they know of. There isn't any other. Till people start being detrimental and try to make their own and stuff. To be honest, I think maybe the enemy did me a favor just removing my stream from earlier. It was a little bit angry and a little bit ridiculing and mocking and picking at people and try to put them in their place, because that's what the nature of the war's like. This is like this. He comes up and then people think he's vain, and then he has to try to overcome and counteract all this stuff. And then it's going to offend people, but it's the nature of it. It's like kids in a classroom all night. We're all grown up and we're in the truth community. Some of the same stuff just still applies though. So yeah, with the rod of iron, I am having to do that. Go around as a bully, try to enforce the good, the righteousness, and I wonder which bits you're going to agree with straight away, and then which bits you're going to perish because you can't agree with, or which bits you'll just backtrack and agree with later. And then we just see you all around, and you couldn't do it, could you? We look at the numbers and are told by government and media network and trolls and celebrities and audiences and huge numbers of media reps and newsreaders and trolls that something's legit, something's serious, something's respected. You just don't get it, yeah. Satanists have captured the earth and the humans are being farmed, so now you're coming up as Paulinists and stuff and stuck in a trolling pyramid and getting fended away from concave earth. We are having to bow to them. We are having to serve them. We are stuck. They've got the banks. They can control this and that. They've got control of the internet that they built. So perhaps this is like two hierarchies for you to bow to at the moment, but it is the way that you all need to like accept. If you didn't already know, Son of Man does, is try to teach you that humanity are captured under the fall and they've got control of the territories. They haven't got control of your minds yet, not fully, almost, but not completely, not everyone, not fully, no, but them marking everyone or killing them, that's that they've got the people conquered then, absolutely, rather than saying their minds, that once they've marked you and got you to bow to their system or they've got rid of you, rather than what I'm first saying is they've conquered the territories. So that's Robin Hood trying to take the woods back and try to overthrow it and do his bit. But the fallen around the world, they have conquered this world. So people that know their stuff about birth certificates and international law and stuff are telling you that through these executive orders, they're putting in the capturing of every vessel, the fallen's kingdom that they portray as like Zion, like the people's holy kingdom under God or Allah or whatever. They're actually owning it, controlling everything, owning it all. They're getting you to all bow to it under their contracts. That's what you bowing to the Vatican and the British monarchy and international law and the United Nations ends up as, that you're all just consenting under this satanic hierarchy. So you know they're very intelligent and advanced and organized, and we've got Motown and Hollywood and movies and music. We've got all this, a lot of this media stuff, you know, it's cartoons, and all this is from the Satanists. It's how you know the world and life and identify yourself, and you're accustomed to it. You like some of it, you're sold by it. You don't know it any other way. You better start seeing it and having a vision that you're diabolical. Me and love me and obey me, that'll be just sufficient. I'll be able to keep you. But you're also prideful and arrogant as sold by the devil. Zombies and wannabes and stuff. You don't believe me, you can't do it, you don't want to do it. Fine then, well, this is how we get the separation. Some of you do humbly accept and bow and obey. You become the good seed. We can see you're the sheep. You'll get to survive. There'll be a worldwide killing off of the tares event, snatching, taking, removal, a rapture. It's like a divine massacre. Someone said reverse Holocaust. Reverse Holocaust. Or they've been taken, they'll be lying around dead. They're not being gassed or burnt or whatever. Reverse Holocaust, if you like. I think that the Holocaust was inspired by them reversing the rapture of the wicked at the end of the harvest time from Matthew 13. Humble down and bow and obey and love and get ready to just humble down and just become a human rather than, go on then, off you go with all your diabolical stuff off the fallen on their grid. Carry on. I'll be back. I'll teach again about a bit of prophecy, the good seed, the decree, and I will declare the decree. I will declare the decree. And yeah, when it comes to it, from King David and Jesus, Psalms 2, Matthew 13, and Luke 21, 29 to 36 in Luke, where it's just, you've got to become the good seed. You've got to obey the decree. Now, Luke 21, it's going to come as a snare to everyone. It's going to be a lot to deal with. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be a shock. Just forget about your selfish needs, wants, lusts, desire, cares of this life, and prioritize with what the Son of Man's saying. And Jude verse 16, yeah, you don't know your ass from your elbow. You just admire loads of trolls. Anyone with big audience, with lots of troll friends, with lots of money, with CGI, with thumbnail pics, with loads of videos haven't been removed, loads of subs haven't been disbanded. You don't know what you do know and what you don't know. You wouldn't know if that was someone's first channel or fifth. What's easy to see is that humans have not heard of me or the seed or the decree, or they have and they haven't believed me and trusted me. They don't love me. They haven't obeyed it. It's easy to know certain just little things like that. Have you heard of concave earth? Have you heard of Christian concavers? Have you heard of King Sam and his decree? Are you Christian concavers under King Sam? Have you been gathering? Are you between 14 and 50? Stuff like that, what's going to matter at rapture time. And Father's not going to be giving them this sort of, like he does with the dietary law, like the ones that have done this but not got that and not, no, he's just gonna be in their minds saying, get that one, because that one's on the list of ones to get rid of. Get that one, now go over here and get that one. Father, no doubt, can talk to like a couple of million angels all at the same time. Right, love you all, but you aren't half proper tedious and annoying. It's like, what you're saying is somewhere between Christ won't have a sense of humour. You can't come and be a king, leader, boss of a military and then insult people or tell bad jokes. Or are you just saying that, no, you don't think I'm the return of Christ, and and as well, you just think that my jokes and my personality is just awful, just rubbish and just boo. So I just get over it. Just, he's the king, he's the king of truth, he's the leader, he fulfills prophecy, his father's choice. It might not be your first choice, not straight away, but once it's been pointed out to you, he's fulfilling the prophecy as the father's first choice, you're really needing a bend to sort of trying to make the Son of Man your first choice. And with that, I'll leave it there, because you people are just gonna stop scattering and start gathering, or you're not. And I don't think there's anything else I could stick on the end of this live stream now that would change that. You're just going to do one or the other, and I want you to do one, and you're probably going to do the other, but please just try spreading and gathering. Cheers. Progress, instead of just making nothing of it, wasting the potential, just coming and going, just spectator trash. How does the popcorn taste? Is it nice? Sweet and buttery? Awesome. Good. Glad you enjoy your munchies. Bye for now, spectator potato truthers.